Greetings, everybody. We've gathered back around at the table here, and glad that you could join us for another episode. And this week we are going to be a little bit light, but let's first get into our pocket dumps. Let's go, Joe.
Sure. First to drink, first to go out. Cali 3, back in my pocket. Yep. ZDP 189 is a fantastic steal.
We want to talk about thinning edges after the video.
Yes.
We'll have a talk.
We should.
I want to play with some ZDP.
ZDP. Anyway, Paul, what you carrying, man?
This week I got something new to me. And by new to me, I mean new. It's the Fox Tur.
Sexy.
Foxnez.
It's a nice little one.
It checks a bunch of boxes for me.
And honestly, they came out with a G10 version with a little bit of a clip, and I thought I was going to like it more, but the more I see it, the more I like the original.
It's just such a nice knife.
And because I'm calling people out, I'll call myself out next. I did a Super Freak, but I have been complaining about my edge and not the M4 like I want it to perform, so I did some things this week on the edge.
It performs. Let's put it that way.
And yeah, you can definitely tell how sharp Dennis got it by how high the bevel is there.
Cedric,
this way.
Yeah.
You know, I dare you. I dare you. Your Osborne's got nothing on my Super Freak for sure.
12 degrees? Who knows?
Something. Yeah. And I'm carrying a little Kiridashi that I had made myself here.
Awesome.
Self-promoter.
Yep, doing so. I blacksmith and forge things, and that's one of my pieces. So,
to be fair, I have actually seen you use that knife. So
yeah, it's a fun little one.
Yeah.
Speaking of nice polishes on the edge.
Mm-hmm. All right, so this week, like I mentioned, we're going to be a little bit light because we're looking at a lightweight version of a knife from Spyderco. It is the lightweight PM3. Ba-da-da-da.
It's the not new knife for us.
Yay! And yeah, this version of the PM3 is using CTS BD1N for the steel, and it has FRN handles.
Still manages to squeeze a compression lock in there, interestingly enough.
Mm-hmm.
Drop shutty and FRN. Kind of cool.
Yeah.
And left and right pocket clip with the wire. Pocket clip. I'm a sucker.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker.
The wire is good.
The better pocket clip.
At an overall length of 7.27 inches, it would take about 4.5 to 5 of these knives to equal the length of a snow leopard's tail.
How many? 4 or 5?
4 to 5, or 4.5 to 5.
Okay. That's a pretty long tail.
Yeah.
Snow leopards are so cool.
35 inches.
That's a long tail.
Yeah.
They got some murder mittens on them, too.
Oh, yeah, they do.
I just want to go over to Asia and play with all the winter cats that we don't get to play with
so
here.
Fuzzy.
Just bring them over and just drop them in the forest. See what happens.
Siberian tigers, the snow leopards. Yeah.
It'll be fine.
They'll make do.
Yeah.
Do you know how many game birds there are out there? Have you seen what
anymore?
Did you see what happened to Australia? Seriously, it's not a good idea.
No, let's not do that. And at a weight of 2.4 ounces, it would take about 42 bee hummingbirds to equal the weight of this knife.
That's a lot of hummingbirds.
Really?
Could you take out 42 birds with that knife, you think? Hummingbirds?
Oh no, they're really tiny and move really quick.
That's what I mean. You'd have to use that Canadian stab grid.
You would have to use a Canadian stab grid. But my other question is, 42 of them, what's the average per?
1.6 grams.
Whoa.
Less than a penny.
It's like a couple joints.
So, yeah, you have a penny's worth of meat and some bones up in there.
Just mash the whole thing.
Air.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's nothing to kill. You can't, there's no heart.
You just grab a net and just whack it.
Exactly. Grab a net and figure out a way to drown them or something, and then it'll be like eating popcorn.
Just catch them all and slam them.
So now we're using this knife in a closed hammer fist grip to just squish hummingbirds, and then PETA shows up.
As they should. Now we'll get onto the scoring and see what we gave this guy. So let's start it off with Joe, because he was first for the pocket dumps.
Fair enough.
Sucker.
Surprisingly, for how little I liked the regular PM3, I might be the high note. I gave this thing a 78, a B. Objectively, my scores were fairly high across the boards. 8s for everything except for cutting ability, which is a 9. It's a Spyderco full flat grind.
Yeah,
It's
slices.
It's a blade steel that can support those super thin angles. I'd like to see somebody with a stupid high bevel grind on that thing.
Yeah.
On personal side of things, high points for me were the pocket ergos and actually the enthusiasm. This was a knife that I was, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, who the hell asked for this? And I was like, I might be asking for one of these soon. 7s for everything else and personal. So
Yeah.
Shoot it up.
I guess that means it's my turn. Oddly enough, I gave it 8 across the boards for objective, except for a 9 for cutting ability, because it's a Spyderco full flat grind. It's already been said. Outside of that, for my personal score, it basically got 7s across the board, except for pocket ergos. I gave it an 8 because it sits in the pocket really nice, and
Yes.
all of that.
Totally agree.
Material choice. FRN is just never going to catch my attention.
Price is right. FRN might.
It
be a
is. It's
workhorse.
nice.
Anyway,
Don't get me wrong, but
I guess across to me, and I slightly less hatery. I gave it a 70, which is a C, a good solid C.
I don't think I said it. 76.
I don't think either one
And
of
a
you guys
B.
said it.
Yeah, Joe did for
Okay.
sure.
All right.
I
Anyway.
spaced out if Paul did.
On the objective side of things, 8s across the board. Again, cutting ability. It's been reiterated. It's a PM. And PM2s, PM3s, slice like a dream type of thing. Can't question the ergos, the lockups, anything like that. Personal side of things, actually kind of funny. 6s across the board, except for enthusiasm, which was a 6. But after handling it tonight and talk to you boys, dropped to a 5. Yeah, that's right. I went the other way.
You're going to fish drop it.
Yeah, for sure. And again, it's I think me and Nigel agree. It's the knife that never really needed to happen. So, anyway.
And then, as per usual, I'm the low one of the group. I gave it a 65 at a C minus.
Can I just say, sorry,
Yep.
didn't plan it this way, but our pocket dumps match our actual scores tonight, top and bottom. Continue on.
I guess they
think
do.
that's funny.
Yeah, that is funny. Yep. 65. Objectively, it's a really nice knife. It's really well made. Same as these guys, 8 across the board for the objective. Personally, it tanked on that because I just don't care for the PM or the military series really at all.
I wasn't terribly surprised by
Yeah,
it.
Double
don't-
XL hand with
double
smaller
XL. Like,
knife.
not really a fan of the FRN and compression
locks.
lock. Yeah. So objectively, it bombed. Or not objectively. Objectively, it did good. Personally, it bombed. Yeah, that's pretty much the scoring for that guy. It's a nice, tidy little package that Spyderco came out with for sure.
Yeah, it is.
It's a tight package right there. Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Some of us like that type package, others not so much.
Anyway,
Yep.
check out the 4 scores.
Yeah.
All of us here.
Compare and contrast and see the differences.
The ridiculous consistency that this knife has for what it is.
Yeah.
That's, I think, what you're going to see.
Yeah, and then once you're done checking out the scores, jump over to the Patreon page and give us some money so we can keep giving you cool videos. We will get some incentives out eventually, but that's a little slow rolling. But give
Soon.
us money,
We'll get there.
and incentives will come.
Very soon, we will do some giveaways, guys. And even if you don't subscribe to the Patreon, at the very least, subscribe to the Instagram channel that we do have right now. We got some awesome behind the scenes content, things like that we love to throw up there, as well as other than just our personal pages, which we do also have.
Yeah.
And then once again, giving a big giant thank out to the Cutting Edge here for lending us this knife.
Hashtag
I told you boys
Keep
it would be a
keep
thing.
it alive now.
Yep, that was the plan. So once again, really appreciate them for letting us play with the toys.
Always nice to be able to get stuff like this in the Canadian market, being what it is. So.
Yeah, most definitely.
And even things that are maybe a bit of a back burner knife for us that we're like, it's kicking around, but they just kept on cutting edge, kept on getting cool stuff and cool stuff and cool stuff that we weren't able to get an honest review of the PM3 out. And we're glad we finally could. And even after it's not a fancy one, they're still willing to let us take it. So
Yeah, exactly.
appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. And that's all that we have for the hard and fast episode here. So we will catch you all again later on in the week. This is Nigel the Smith signing off.
I am who I am. I'm Dennis Pipers.
I am the Iron Joe.
I'm XL.ca.
We will catch you again later.
don't need